Making 10K in 30 days can for sure have a positive impact on your life. However, learning how to make 10K per month consistently will 100% change your life. Luckily for you, I've been able to do that with one skill that you actually use every single day. You're just not aware of it. And in this video, we're not going to have any fancy intros or fancy edits. I just want to genuinely show you how you can do the same. The first thing we're going to talk about is what it is and why. And if you don't understand this, you're just going to be like all those other idiots that jump from business model to business model without actually seeing any success in any of them. And then after that, we're going to go in depth on how you can actually get started so you can change your life. Now, the problem with the make money online space is you're being business red pilled. You have all these different gurus out here that are trying to flex their lifestyle, their cars, their watches, their nice clothes, etc., to try to get you to start a business, whether it's drop shipping, SMMA, info products, e-com consulting, you name it. There's all these different business models out there. Here's the problem though. Most beginners do not have the skills to actually run one of these businesses and succeed with it. And I'll prove it to you right now. A lot of these guys run different coaching programs or online courses, like Andrew Tate runs Hustlers University. All these other guys run different courses, coaching programs. Have you ever wondered why most of their courses and coaching programs literally have like a 5 to 10% success rate? Have you ever genuinely sat and thought about that? Well, I think I have the answer. And the answer is that most beginners do not have what it takes to run a business. And I can prove this even more to you by the fact that 80% of businesses fail in their first year. And so if you're a beginner trying to make money online, you shouldn't be looking at running a business yet. You should be looking at that in the future. Instead, what you should be looking at is an alternative to making money without starting a business. And this is how we're going to do it. You see, because the amount of value you provide to the marketplace is directly proportional with the amount of money you make. So if you provide more value, you make more money. And so you don't have to necessarily provide value by starting a business. There are other ways to provide value to the marketplace. In fact, the only way to provide value to the marketplace is by having high income skill sets. This is the only way you're actually going to be able to hit your goal, is if you have some sort of tangible high income skill sets. And you see, when you have enough high income skill sets and when they're developed enough, you can actually make any of these businesses work. You can go back and crush it with drop shipping, SMMA, info products, e-com consulting, when you have enough experience and you have enough skills to actually crush it with them. So if you're looking to get to 5 to 10K per month, which I'm assuming you do because you clicked on this video, you shouldn't be asking yourself, what business model should I pick to get to 5 to 10K per month? Instead, you should be asking yourself, what high income skill should I learn so that I can become more valuable to the marketplace and therefore make more money? And so with that being said, there's a bunch of different high income skill sets. There's digital marketing, copywriting, project management, sales, blockchain, data analysis, SEO, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to want to pick a high income skill that actually creates more revenue inside of a business directly. And in my opinion, by far the best one that you can pick is the skill of sales, because every business in the world sells something. So you become infinitely valuable to every business on the planet. And as a byproduct as well, when you learn the skill of sales, it actually improves other parts of your life. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but we actually sell every single day. If you're hanging out with your girlfriend and you want to recommend a place for dinner, you're selling, you're persuading her into going to this place. And so as a byproduct of you actually learning sales, it improves all other parts of your life. And when you learn sales and do it inside of a business, you make a lot of money as you keep getting better because you're paid based on your skill and the amount of value you provide. And that's advantageous instead of just working a regular 9 to 5 job, because you actually get paid if you do better than your coworkers. Additionally, you learn how to speak very, very well. You talk to people and build connections, and there's no ceiling to your income. You can literally create infinite wealth. And while building some of the other skill sets on this list isn't a bad idea at all, you have to first pick a primary skill. And there's a time and a place for everything, right? So you almost want to think of it like you're building a pyramid right now. And by you learning sales, you're building the primary skill. You're basically building the first couple levels of the pyramid. You're building a super, super strong base. And then when you have that primary skill and you've crushed it, then you can go and learn some of these other things that can help you make even more money. You just have to be careful because there's a time and a place for everything. And if you start with a skill like graphic design, it just means that it's going to take you longer to make more money. So with that being said, understanding this is phase one, but there's actually another problem, because what kind of business do we actually do sales in? What kind of industry do you actually do sales in? There's a lot of different industries out there. There's like insurance sales, there's car sales, there's medical sales, tech sales, etc. And if you Google the different kinds of industries that you can actually go in and do sales, they give you a list of a ton. They give you a bunch of different ones that you can crush it inside of. And while a lot of these are solid and it's still better than doing something else, These all will not allow you to have the three freedoms that you're looking for, because I know you want financial freedom, you want time freedom, and you want location freedom. You want to be able to do what you want, where you want, when you want. And you don't want to be tied down to a certain schedule or showing up to an office every single day. And so ironically enough, the industry that will allow you to make 5 to 10K per month online while creating your own schedule and working from wherever you want in the world isn't even on this list of industries. The industry that you should work in to create the most amount of freedom possible inside of your life is the high ticket niche. Specifically, people selling $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 online services or products. And there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, you get big commissions. You're not selling something cheap. And so you can be an appointment setter or a salesperson for somebody that sells a $5,000 or a $10,000 offer and get a 10 to 15% commission on that. Additionally, as well, the type of selling inside of this niche is helping, where you have people that are already interested in the thing that you're actually selling, and you go in, you sell that amazing solution, and then they buy it. And then instead of them hating you for selling them, they actually come back and thank you for offering them that solution. And additionally, on top of that as well, it's a growing industry, because you have people like Alex Ramosi creating a company called School. You have people like Iman Gadzhi partnering with a company called WAP. These platforms are literally designed to create more of these kind of businesses, which will need your help. And so if you're a young man and you're ambitious and you're aspiring to live a life of financial, time, and location freedom, the only route you should be taking is learning the skill of sales and doing high ticket sales, doing it inside of a business that sells a $2,000 or more product. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And to kind of just give you a quick overview again, you have businesses that create content on social media or they run ads to grow their business. These people get tons of leads and tons of people who are interested in working with them. And as you can see, 1 million followers, you can almost think as all 1 million of these people as potential leads and potential candidates. You have businesses here like Adam Bunnell, who helps busy, high-performing meds shred body fat using metabolic priming. Something like Benji as well helped 125 plus corporate men shred 20 pounds of body fat. These people sell high ticket coaching. And these people are looking for people that can go inside of their business and help them sell more of their units. And so again, these people are creating content on social media, and they're also getting people that literally DM them or click on their stuff and just buy just naturally. These people are looking for, number one, appointment setters that can go in and create conversations with all the people liking and engaging on the profile. The appointment setters engage with all the new leads, create conversations, and try to book people in for sales calls. And then these businesses are also looking for closers that can jump on those sales calls and close the deal. And so as an appointment setter, your job is very easy. You literally just create conversations and you filter out people using a quick DM conversation. And this is a quick example. Somebody messages you, Learn, "Hey, John, thanks for reaching out. Cool if I ask you some quick questions to see if I can potentially help." He says, "Sure. Perfect. So just walk me through your current situation in the gym right now. What got you interested in keto dieting?" "I'm looking to lose some weight before the holidays." And then the conversation carries on, et cetera, et cetera. And then you eventually get this person booked in for a call. As you can see, then a sales call happens. And again, this isn't like the Wolf of Wall Street type of selling where you're just like forcing somebody to buy and pressuring them on the call. In fact, I was able to jump on these calls as a 19-year-old kid who literally didn't look like he had a haircut in like 3 months, sitting in my parents' basement, and I was making bank. And this is the job of the closer. And so if you're a beginner, you start off as an appointment setter, and once you do it for a little bit, then you become a closer and you make money. Now, before we start making money and start landing our first offer, I want to show you what this actually looks like in practice. You see, there's a couple pillars that you really want to understand so that you can become a good appointment setter if that's what you're going to start with. Number one is the question flow. So this is going to be different depending on the offer you're selling for. Obviously, if you're selling for a fitness offer that works with men, it's going to be different than a fitness offer that works with women only. If you sell for a make money online offer, that's going to be vastly different. But in general, you want to figure out what is their current occupation? What are their goals? Why are these goals important to them? Have they tried anything already to solve their goal or their problem? How long have they been stuck trying to fix their problem? And what do they think they need to reach their goal? In general, if you ask these types of questions, you'll be really, really good as an appointment setter. And so let's just say, for example, you're selling for a fitness offer that works with men. Well, you would want to ask the person, what is their goal? And this, for the fitness offer specifically, would be like, how much body fat are you looking to lose? And then let's just say the guy says, I'm looking to lose 20 pounds in the next 90 days. Then it's like, oh, sick. Why is that important to you? Then he says, oh, I want to be able to spend more time doing activities outside with my children. Oh, okay, that's sick. Have you tried anything already to solve your problem? Yeah, I tried this and it didn't really work, blah, 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 blah. How long have you been stuck? Oh, I've been wanting to solve this problem for like 2 years now. And what do they think they need to reach their goal? These are the questions that you want to ask. Then after asking these questions, if the person is a good fit, then all you have to do is pitch a call. And for pitching a call, it's a super, super easy framework. Sorry to be direct with you, but I'd love to jump on a call with you. I help men lose 20 pounds in the next 90 days without doing a bunch of keto dieting or whatever they said that they didn't want to do. Based on everything we talked about, it seems like you'd be the exact type of person that I can help. If I set aside some time this week, would you be open to jumping on a quick call to hear what's been working for us and to see how I can help you overcome pain and achieve desired outcome? And then after that, it's a confirmation. So when they book the call, it's just sending a confirmation the night before or the morning of the call. Hey, name, are we still on for XYZ time? If the call starts and they aren't on there, you can do some quick stuff to try to get them on the call. And if you follow this framework, you'll have the foundations to be a good appointment setter just off rip. And so with that being said, let's talk about how we can land a gold mine offer so you can start making really, really good money. Number one, you want to work with a business that has an entrepreneur with a great vision. They want to keep growing. Additionally, you also want to work with a business that has good proof of concept, because if they're just getting started themselves, they're not going to be able to pay you very well. You also want a business that gets good lead volume. So they must be gaining followers. They must be gaining traction on their page. And then they must have a high ticket offer, something at least $1,000, but ideally it wants to be much higher than this. Now, the best place to find these people is on Instagram. And the reason why, I get a lot of questions about this, the reason why is because you can literally qualify these 4 things without even sending them a message. You can just look at their profile on Instagram and kind of like check off these boxes if they would be a good fit for you to work with them. So let me show you step by step exactly how you can do this live so you can start making money. Now, again, we're looking for these 4 criteria for finding gold mine offers. Again, an entrepreneur with a great vision, lots of proof of concept, good lead volume, and a high ticket offer. And there's a couple things that you can do to find these people on Instagram. So your first objective and your first goal is to literally just find one of these accounts. And now when you find one of these accounts, it literally is just a domino process from there to find the rest. So Brendan Carter here is a great example. I help trainers grow their online fitness business. Now, if we look through the checklist, a great entrepreneur with a great vision, well, this is kind of hard to tell, but you can kind of tell just by the fact that he's still posting content. Like he literally posted a reel 16 minutes ago, that he's trying to grow his business and he's serious about growing his business. So that kind of checks off the first box more or less. The next thing is lots of proof of concept. And you can just tell this straight away just by the fact that he has 1 million followers, he has highlights, and he has good content on his page. The third thing is good lead volume. Again, he should be gaining followers and his content should actually be getting him followers. So this can be a little bit of an illusion. A lot of people think just because he has 1 million followers, it's like, oh yeah, this is going to be good lead volume. What you should really be looking for though, is if his content is actually getting engagement, which you can tell just by the mere fact of how many likes and how many comments it's getting, that this is getting good engagement on his account. And then lastly, you want to work with somebody that's selling a high ticket offer. So there's a couple indicators that we can look for to find this. Number one, this guy says, DM me the word freedom to get started, which means he is using appointment setters to work inside of his business. And if he's using appointment setters because he says DM me, that likely means he's selling something high ticket. The next thing you can do is you can literally just open up this link and you can do a little bit of investigation. Like you can click through this whole process, you can click register, and you can try to see what type of price point he's offering for this. If you get on a page like this and he's just selling something for like $5 or $10 or $100, then he's probably just selling some sort of course or webinar. But if you get to the end and it's like, hey, book a call, or hey, jump on this webinar, or hey, fill out this application, those are all really, really good signs that he's selling something high ticket. And so I would say just based on this profile, this looks like a solid 9 or 10 out of 10 in terms of somebody that would be a good fit for you to work with. And I also just know Brendan Carter, he has a team of like 10 or 15 different appointment setters. So it is 100% a great offer to land. So there's a couple different tricks we can do to find more people like this. The first thing that we can do is we can look at the fact that he's following 6,600 different people. Now, just off of psychology alone, you should understand that business owners want to network and mastermind with each other. And so what a lot of these different business owners do is they follow each other and network and mastermind with each other. And so if you open the people that he's following, you can literally just start clicking open a couple of these different examples and you can see if they would be a good fit for you to work with. Now, I already know a lot of these people, so I'm going to scroll until I find somebody that I don't know. So here, for example, we can just open this. We can keep scrolling a little bit. We can open this. And let's just look at these 3 first examples. So Brandon Bowski, I market and advertise stuff better than most people. So if we go back to the initial checklist, a great entrepreneur with a great vision, I would say that this is pretty solid. I mean, just based on the fact that he is posting content, he's trying to grow his business, and he's like doing what it takes to grow his business. If you don't know for sure, it's good to just kind of go with it. And then if you get on an interview with this person and he's just like not even trying to grow his business, then fair enough. You can kind of just wrap it up there. The second thing is lots of good proof of concept. So this guy has 30K followers. He has content. He has like a professional, like podcast type of content, which is solid. He also he doesn't have any highlights, which is a little interesting, but it should be fine. And then lastly, good lead volume. This seems fine. Another thing you can do to figure out lead volume is you can actually click these three dots. You can click about this account. And then if you're on your phone, you can actually see the type of ads this person could be running. Because a lot of people, they have like smaller followings, but they're running ads to their account. And then lastly, somebody that's selling a high ticket offer, if we just look here, it's a Facebook group. So he's sending people to a community first. If I were to open this though, he's probably selling something inside of there. So I'd give this like a solid 6 or 7 out of 10. Definitely still worth messaging though. If we go to the next example, Ariel, 21-year-old business coach, 606K followers. This seems solid already in terms of proof of concept and also just a great entrepreneur with a great vision. If you look as well, she's definitely getting good lead volume, 434K likes on this post and 12K comments. Like this is just so many leads to work with as an appointment setter. And then if you scroll up and you click the link here, and if we just open a couple of these up, you can just do some quick investigation to see. So she's selling a low ticket school group right here for $37 a month. But if we click this other one, selling courses, selling one-on-one social media, consulting. So, I mean, this looks solid. I just don't know how much high ticket is here. But again, if you just don't really know and you can't really tell off their profile, it's better to just assume that it's okay. And then worst case, you get on an interview and you go through the whole process and then it's like, oh, you're not selling something high ticket, then we probably shouldn't work together. So definitely somebody that you can message. And then lastly is James here. And you've probably seen this guy from like his street interviews. This guy's definitely a good fit. He has great proof of concept. He has great connections and has networked with a ton of people. I think on his like second account, he's selling something high ticket there. Definitely something that you could consider working with. Now, what you can do from here, and this is where it gets really, really interesting. So we originally started with Brandon Carter and we went to the people that he was following. If you open up some of the people that he's following and you find more accounts that are like solid, like I kind of showed you here, what you can also do is you can rinse and repeat that process with the people that these people are following. And you can do that to literally create pools and pockets of like hundreds of thousands of different people that qualify for what you're looking for. Additionally, what you can do, it doesn't really work for me on computer for some reason, but if you hit like the drop down, if you're on your phone, or if you hit this little character right here, what it'll do is it'll suggest you similar accounts to this account. And you can use that and the people that they're following to literally just create like tens of thousands of these different people that you can reach out to. Now, once you start finding people consistently, a very simple message that I put together that you can start using is something like, hey Name, how are you? I came across your profile on my Explore page and I loved your content. I really loved how you talked about X, Y, and Z. You're going to want to include some personalization inside of there. I was wondering right now if you're currently looking for an appointment setter to bring onto your sales team to help you bring more qualified prospects on appointments onto your calendar and get more clients. I'd love the opportunity to work with you. If so, cool if I send over a video introducing myself, and then you could even like end this off with like, if not, no worries at all. What's going to generally happen is if you send this message out to about 20 to 30 people every single day, you will get about one person per day that is like, yes, please send over a video introducing yourself. Then it really just becomes a numbers game at that point, because if you're sending 20 to 30 messages out to new people every single day, and you're getting one video of you introducing yourself every single day, then it's literally just a matter of time before you land your first position and start making money. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where people are requesting interviews. And if you go inside of your first position and you do a really, really good job and you crush it with them, you'll gain a really good reputation inside of the space and people will connect you to others. And from there, then it's kind of just like a connection and networking game. And here's a quick example of somebody who used this exact same process to crush it. This is my boy Callum. I work with him as one of my one-on-one students. I asked him how his new position is going because he just let me know he landed one. And he said, going really, really well, made over $5,000 Canadian in a week, which is like 3.5K USD. He's on track for 20K Canadian in a single month, and he's like, really appreciate all your help. Yeah, it's actually insane. And so you can see he literally sent me his tracker here. It's like calls made, conversion rate, commissions per day, calls answered, new activations complete. And then you can see kind of like his totals here on the right. And one thing I just want to let you know, guys, time is a lot more valuable than money. And I'll prove it to you right now. If I were to tell you that I'm going to pay you $10 million right now, but you cannot wake up tomorrow, you would not take that trade. And so what that means is you just waking up tomorrow and existing for another day is worth more than $10 million. And so when it comes to you going through this entire process, you probably could go through this full process totally by yourself. But if you're looking to speed up the process because you understand the fact that your time is more valuable than money itself, then I run a one-on-one coaching program where I help young men go through this full process with me holding their hand throughout the entire way. I teach you the skills at a much deeper level than what I could simply just share in the short video. I teach you how to land a position at a much higher level. In fact, I even have connections that I give out to my students on a daily basis where they get placed inside of these businesses just like that. And then I teach you how to navigate everything so that you can crush it and make as much money as possible with high ticket sales. And so if you're looking for that, I provided a link in the description where you can apply for one-on-one coaching. There is a cost, there is an investment, but the average student makes that back in about 14 to 30 days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You guys take care and have a fantastic rest of your day.